My child, I have walked with you through many trials. I was there in your earliest days when turmoil swirled around you, when instability and anguish were your norm. Your young mind struggled to make sense of the chaos, looking to me amidst the storm for shelter, though you did not fully know me then. I wept as innocence was ripped away, as trauma took root deep within, sealing off parts of you that had been filled with light. You learned not to trust, to hide your tenderness away. It was too dangerous, too risky here. I saw anxiety rise up to protect you, keeping you hyper-vigilant, primed for fight or flight. Each time stability promised to emerge, the winds changed again. There was no safe harbor for your soul, battered by tempests of turmoil and upheaval. How your spirit longed to spread its wings. But the storms always returned before you could learn to fly. You felt me there, though, a warmth surrounding, a whisper within saying you were not alone. And so your young heart kept choosing me amid the chaos, trusting I had not abandoned you. When finally the chance for flight presented itself, you leapt. Bright vistas shimmered ahead, mesmerizing your inner eye. I cheered you on as you took those first bold wing beats towards healing and a wider world. But then events dragged you under, the swirling chaos back again. I cried as dreams were swept away downstream, churning rapids now, and you, flailing, gasping, struggling to stay afloat. My child, if you could have seen through my eyes the magnificent spirit beating inside you, determined still to live, to trust me despite it all. Most would have given up believing I would carry them through. But you, somehow you knew I had not brought you out this far to let you drown. I was there surrounding you with my peace when terror tried to pull you under. I was with you through that long trial, deepening our bond. With time the rapids eased, the waters calmed. A new chance came to build stability, but the familiar swept you back again into turbulence, wearing a friendly face. Still you strove towards me, wanting wholeness, though fatigue was setting in. The years of hypervigilance and anxiety had taken their toll. Familiar terrain it was, when superficial affection masked lack of true care and support. My child, if only you could have seen your beauty as I did. Under the storms and surface scars, such glory dwelled inside. An untarnishable treasure, an unquenchable light. How I longed to help you feel its glow. But the time had not yet come for true healing to penetrate down to your core. Though weariness circled, still you fought on, crying out to me to show you who you were. And so I sent my servants to fan the embers of your calling, to remind you of the gifts I'd planted. Gifts surfacing now to throw you lifelines when battered by storms. Child, I tell you, had you beheld their radiance then as I did, like blazing beacons shining out across turbulent seas, guiding storm-tossed ships home. The vision was still distant, but in time you would shine for me. This I promised you. For now I had to grow your gifts in hiddenness, like treasures germinating underground. So I led you for a season into my wilderness, a respite from toxic environments that had eroded your foundations. Here we cultivated blessed silence and solitude. While the world saw only lack on your surface, I saw seeds dormant within, beginning to stretch and unfurl. Their roots reached for my living streams beneath the soil. Day by day you grew stronger and truer from the inside out. My beloved child, if you could have seen how your soul was flourishing there in the wilderness we shared. Winds of change still whipped around, but within all was well. I was grafting you to me, until the day arrived when I unstopped your wellsprings, setting your gifts to pour out like gushing waters across parched lands. The world would see them now, and wonder and be glad. The old containers could not hold these torrents back, and one by one they burst, broken systems now yielding to my wild grace. Rising within, Your soul expanded, its every atom trembling with divine purpose. You felt the fire blazing through your bones that could not be contained. It was time. And though fear shook you, still, my child, you said yes. Yes to the calling that had shaped you all along. Yes to the vision you had clung to through storms. My wild grace was lifting you now, transforming and healing deep wounds. As my power infused you from on high, your voice took on my timbers. Your words went forth on my breath to bring light to dark places. And oh, the joy in heaven when your shining spirit broke through limits that had long held you under, rising now buoyant with my visions for you at last. As mentors stirred up your gifts, I stirred up hearts to receive your ministry. Your soul exalted to find your people now, those for whom your words held freedom, nourished, known, celebrated here. Their passion fed your own. Like wildfire, we moved together. Purpose infused you with ever more boldness, power, authority, as we accomplished much in those fertile years. But even wildfires leave charred ground behind. Pulling from your spirit's untapped reserves for so long left you depleted. Pouring your soul out for my sake alone had taken its toll. What fuel now to feed your fire? The thought of flaming out entirely shook you. Was this torrent just a brief blaze and nothing more? My beloved child, if only then you could have seen as I did just how deep now were your roots in me. How profoundly you had grown. Yes, a season of setback had come, but you were now rested firmly on bedrock, nourished and sheltered in ways long missing before. What others saw as lack was but a pause to integrate all I'd given you. The greater the heights, the greater the depths required to root them. Be still, I whispered as you questioned. This fire in your bones cannot be contained for long. The call remains unchanged. I still have need of you. Let silence work its alchemy. Mysteries germinate in this holy dark. And so you rested, learned to hear my whispers once again in the seeming void, while yearning gave way to insight, then acceptance, then readiness. Until the moment my wild grace broke through again, its tides rising fast inside, quickening every cell. The moment came you could no longer dam its flood. I watched expectant as combustion neared. What form would our wildfire take this time? The kindling was richer now, the hearth more sure. With my love I fanned your flame until at last you lit, expanded, rose in power. Like never before your gifts blazed out. No hesitation now, no fear of flames. My child, my warrior, you had come home, to voice, to identity in me. Our garden bloomed to overflowing. At long last you relaxed utterly into our bond. Set your face towards destiny once more. Blaze on, I cheered you, as up from the ashes hope resurrected again. Blaze on. And so we walk on together, hand in hand, our coals kicking up miracles. Through you, captives awakening as from the dead. Through you, the broken finding wholeness once more. I am ever by your side, emboldening you for more. In stillness we replenish. In action we ignite change. My child, my champion, what a wonder you are to me. Our adventure has only just sparked. Keep your face set towards me. Your inspiration is my breath flowing through your lungs, my dreams, your wings. Skyward now you soar, lifting others into freedom, ablaze in purpose, yet safely held in my hands. I am your launching pad, your counsel. We will weather every storm together. My beloved, our journey marches on, each step revealing more of your divine purpose. I see you wondering at times if the path ahead holds only more struggle or whether ease may come. My child, the road unfurling is painted in many hues, some trials yet ahead but also profound blessings. Both sculpt you into who I know you to be. As in seasons past, storms will arise seeking to unmoor you. Stand firm in the knowledge you are anchored in me. No tempest can upend your foundations now. No floodwaters can overtake you. You have weathered much and overcome. Confidently take each day as it comes. Light still glimmers ahead. A new epoch is dawning for you, one marked by deeper intimacy with me as we walk in unity. You will learn the rhythms of work and rest that restore your soul. Wisdom will arise from times of quiet communion together. Here you will understand your inmost self more fully, your pure identity untouched by storm or trial. As you dwell in stillness with me, participating in my divine life, old systems and stories will lose their grip on your heart. You will gain self-understanding beyond conditioning, beyond habit, beyond past pain. Our connection will transcend all that sought to define you, narrower than your God-given essence. Freedom will wash over you in waves as you open yourself to receive the breadth of who you truly are. Limiting mindsets will melt away before emerging vistas of your spirit. Your light will shine all the brighter, transforming shadowy valleys into lush gardens where others can find haven. Together we will tend this garden. This ever-unfolding masterpiece blooms from the fruitful soil of your soul. Its nectar will nourish you for the road ahead. You are becoming, my beloved, becoming a blessing.